So apparently I'm live. Hold on a second here. Oh, I kind of decided that instead of doing like a video for this, might as well just kind of run it down. Hold on a second. Make sure I can see the chat. Now I probably won't be answering any of the chat stuff. My bad. That's just the way that's going to be because I just want to get a couple things out. I don't want this to go into a hangout that's any longer than it really needs to be. It's actually kind of funny, all of what I'm about to tell you. So this afternoon, at one of my breaks during work, I tipped on my Wi-Fi and wanted to see if Hillbilly had made a response yet to his absolutely horrible representation of Archimedes' displacement test, and and he was running live, and so I tapped into that, and of course, well, he got all excited when he saw me chat in there, and he went absolutely bonkers for a second there, dove into the fact that apparently I lie about everything, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It went on and on and on. And I mean, with that mentality and that childish type behavior, no, I'm not going to jump into your chat with you, because all I would be doing is listening to the same banter and rant that I listen to when I'm not in the chat. So yeah. And as for the, I heard him say sometime towards the moment that I left, because I was only there for a minute or two. I lost my train of thought, but whatever. Let me get into this real quick, because this was really kind of funny. Okay, first of all, let me go ahead and move this over here. I'm going to screen share. Let's go for the big ugly echo. Share like that. Okay, so downsize that. Okay, and then that was, okay, the Hangout is live, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so first we're going to get into his discussions of the eclipse. The eclipse stuff that he is complaining about, that was the first thing that he brought up. The eclipse stuff that he was complaining about, this is the model that I used. Let's see, how do I go into this without this going very long? Okay, first thing that he was trying to say, this was actually absolutely humorous, because I really thought flat earthers were kind of down with perspective. The first thing he was trying to say is that I had somehow moved the sun, and that's why this shadow, hold on a second here, render setup to single, do not save the file. Okay, this is where he was going with that. Okay, these two green lines, they are the extents of the width of the Earth. Okay, they were not meant to show any angles, but and then this is the umbra coming off of the moon. This is the moon, and way over back here is Hillbonio, the thing that they claimed was to scale using all the right math. And so anyway, he was saying that I moved the sun because between here and here, the umbra is moved. There's no bullshit. Go look it up on his video. I don't know the timestamp of what time it was at. This was just too funny. And plus, it's kind of hard to take him serious when he's doing that stupid ass, fake ass accent. Dumbass from Ohio. But anyway, this was the view that I had put into the video. I'm just moving the slider back and forth. Okay, because what I wanted to show was from right outside the moon's orbit, looking from the direction of the sun at the Earth, the moon going by, and as it approached, I zoomed in. Now, this was the actual direction. This is the forward direction. I'm sorry. It zooms in, and then the whole discussion point was this here is the umbra of the moon. This here is the umbra of Hillbonio. Obviously, here's the United States. The big complaint was that because you have to bring all this back into context instead of talking about who lied, who didn't. They Hillbilly and Antonio have this ongoing claim that the shadow of the moon shouldn't go from west to east when the Earth orbits 27 times faster than the Earth rotates 27 times faster than the moon goes around its orbit. And they're being completely ignorant of the fact of what's actually being seen here. So anyway, this is in 1:27 speed, unless I'm mistaken, which was also another big complaint. Let me address that complaint real quick here, because this is funny. Antonio picked it out. I was actually kind of shocked, and Hillbilly followed suit. The orbit of the moon versus the rotation of the Earth is a 1 to 27.322 ratio, meaning that the Earth will rotate 27.322 times in basic math, without going into ellipses and all those other things. 27.322 times for every one rotation or one orbit of the moon. Makes perfect sense. It's fine. It's a nice rough number. Now that works out to be 655.73 hours per the scale. Now, this is where it gets funny. When I did the video here, let me go back up here to top view. When I did the video, again, I was going to be looping it. So what I did was instead of 27.322, I trimmed it back to 27.3, or excuse me, 27 even. My bad, not pointing anything. Which makes the moon line back up after 27 rotations of the Earth. That was their whole complaint, and somehow in that I fudged a west to east motion of the shadow of the moon going across the Earth. Apparently that made it. Well, let me bring this into context here. This is why I was perfectly fine with knocking off that 0.322 days, which actually works out to be about 17 minutes per day of that 27-day span. That's what I knocked off. 17 minutes. Okay, 17 minutes. Now, if you want to look at this, well, damn, that stupid little thing is in the way there. Hold on a second. I can't get to the play button because that little hangout thing is down there. All right. Now, one thing that I decided to show was that I wasn't sure. I wanted to work out. I made a follow-up video, and I wanted to work out exactly how many Earth rotations what the ratio would actually have to be to find out when the moon per scale would actually go all the way down to or go to an east-west motion across the Earth. And blah blah blah, there was all this bullshit and there was all this bullshit. Okay, hold on. Now what I ended up doing was, let me go all the way up to the 1 to 27. Okay, this is the 1 to 27. This is what I did on my original video. Hold on a second. Let's do that. So.
day.
Okay, now that's what it works out at 1 to 27. Now, right after that, I did 1 to 28. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 to 27, and then which produced. Okay, the red one is Hillbonio, and the green one across the top is going to be the moon.
And the shadow relative to the surface of the earth
Okay,
is going to go east.
would go to west to east. Now, I did at 128, which would have been the threshold between the adjustment that I made. Now, 1 to 28 did the exact same thing.
East to west.
See? Still went over past the rotation of the Earth. Now, I went all the way up to 80 times, and that was where I finally found an approximate equal time of the shadow of the moon going across the face of the Earth. Okay, hold on a second here.
27.322. 28 days. 28 days. Don't fuck with Hillbilly. 1 day. 28 days. 1 day. 28 days. 28 days. Don't make me go full blown Hillbilly on your ass. 28 days. 28 days. You know I do it, goddammit. 1 day. 28 days. East to west. 1 day. 28 days. 1 day.
Okay, now you're going to see it here, I think.
East to west.
There we go.
1 day. 28 days. 1 day.
Now, mind you, what you're watching here is you're watching the Earth rotate 80 times. This is the equivalent of 80 times. This is just a cut of that. But the Earth rotating at 80 times per one orbital rotation.
1 day. 28 days.
Okay. Once again, at the bottom, Hillbonio. Coming across the top will be the green one, will be the moon.
1 day. 28 days. 1 day. 28 days. Not west to east.
That was the first ratio that I had it where I could find that it would actually match up with the speed. It hadn't even gone really east to west yet. And so, anyway, no Antonio and no Hillbilly. I didn't lie. I set something up for the use on a video, and there was absolutely no change to the discussion that was being had of whether or not the shadow would go west to east or east to west. I really don't give a damn what you have to say after that. And as far as the camera angle, let me take it out of the camera so it doesn't do the zoom. And look, I'm going to go into perspective. Now watch. Do you see me moving the sun there? No, it's called perspective. Okay, I am out here, right here at the orbit of the moon, just beyond the orbit of the moon, looking back at the moon and the Earth from the direction of the sun. Okay, that's called perspective, you know, because the Earth is a little bit further away. So, enough of that. Let's see, what else did I want to cover here? No, I don't want to save my changes because who knows when I'm going to have to bring that up again. Now, oh yeah, by the way, as per your Eclipse video, ha ha ha. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. I'm going to bring this over here. Now, no, that's at 616. So this is your scale. Okay, this is your scale. Okay, this is Hillbonio. Yes, I named it Hillbonio. And this is the Earth. This is how far away you said the moon is from the Earth. This is how far away you said the moon is from the Earth. Do I have to say it again? This is how far away you said the moon is from the Earth. One more time. This is how far away you said the moon is from the Earth. Got that? Okay. Sorry to be annoying, guys, but I'm really not a fan of repeating myself. So I think this was right about the part where he actually admits that he was not using the right scale, because scale is all about this discussion. I think this was it right here.
Oh, this globe chart.
There we go.
Anyways, I told you, asshole, I was making a three-dimensional model. You wouldn't look so foolish if you would have waited. I got the orbit of the moon in there. I got the 150 miles. I got the perigee. I got the apogee of the moon, 225,000 miles as perigee, 251,000 miles as apogee. What do you got? You got some fancy artwork. What do you do? Work for NASA? My God.
Okay, that was at the well, just after the 6-minute mark on Flat Earth Hillbilly Takes Out the Trash, aka Splice Arcane. And let me bring up another point on that. He's got all these measurements, still doesn't have a model, even though he just said right there, got a model, or working on a model, excuse me. And I should have waited. Well, yo, dog, how long are we supposed to wait? You know, you can't exactly be claiming something that's, well, you know, I could be rich someday, but don't hold your breath. So that was on his thing. Now, let me bring up something else rather interesting there. Flat Earth Hillbilly takes out the trash. Sorry about that. Springtime cold here. Sly Sparkane. There's my name in the title of his video. You see that, right? My name in the title of his video. Now, let's go over to his channel real quick. Stupid ass shit. Let's see. Now, his most recent one today, Flat Earth, Sly Sparkane, still blah, blah, blah. Sly the Lie Sparkane loses it over Flat Earth. That was me not enjoying being bundled in with pedophiles because Jeranisim thought that would be a funny joke. Let's see. Where was now there was a while. Now look at all these hangouts. Okay. Now I did tip in on one or two of them. Yeah, I did. Didn't watch them. Just kind of scroll through them. You know, for example, if I were to open this one up, what I would do is I just kind of scroll through here to see the thumbnails to see if anything was actually presented. Then I'll look at, you know, highly intelligent drawings like this, and you know, and I'll just kind of scroll through it, see if anything was actually brought up, because I'm not listening to anybody's crap. I don't really care, you know. But if you're going to present something, then present it, okay? But yeah, then let's see. Here's a video about me. My name in the title. I think, where was it? No, that wasn't it. Anyway, there's like about 5 videos in here that have my name in the title, and yet he calls me stalking him. Okay, you got that? Stalking him. I have done several videos that have his name in the title, and I've never once claimed him to be stalking me if he ever decided he was going to respond. Okay, I don't really care. Okay, so let's see here. But we got all that. But one thing that I wanted to point out about all this, okay, 3 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 2 hours, 6 hours, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we're talking about probably by now, I'm not going to count them up right here, but probably about 100 hours of material. I think that would be a safe bet. 100 hours of material since, where's the video? Since this video. Okay. Well, actually, we'll be fair, and we'll say from this video right here. Okay. There's about a good 100 hours of material. Okay. Now, live hangouts, they are just live hangouts, so you can only take them at face value as far as their amount of time. However, produced videos, you know, ones like this and or whatever, you know, I mean, well, maybe that's not a produced video now that I see it. But if you're going to make produced videos, well, there's production stuff, there's gathering information, there's laying all the stuff out. This one was particularly stupid, etc. And you have all that stuff. So we're talking about literally 100+ hours worth of material. Now, why is all this important? Well, he said that he doesn't have time to learn Poser so he could put his model up. Okay, and like I said, I was sympathetic. I really was. I was sympathetic to the fact that he's got some family things that he's got to take care of, and you would think that that's where his priority would be then, is taking care of his family. But no, he's got hundreds, well, over 100 hours worth of material here. Well, dude, I think I saw an online course that was 4 hours for Poser. You like everything from YouTube, look it up. Anyway, so that was enough of that part, which I thought was really funny. So let's get into more recent news. Oh, and by the way, if you're gonna have me blocked, homie, okay, if you're gonna have me blocked, this is in my control panel here, from, well, mostly from today. This is in my control panel for YouTube, okay, under the comments listing. And now I can see a comment that Hillbilly made. Okay, this is him right here. However, just like the discussion I had with Antonio, and Antonio was actually considerate enough to drop his block, at least for a short period of time, so I could reply to him, because I have absolutely no problem with counter arguments on my channel. I really don't, because that's how you figure stuff out. That's how you either teach or learn. Okay. However, Hillbilly has me on block. So what you don't see, let's say, here's Dang Joss here, okay, below his, and every other one, I'm just using his because it's right here, okay, I'm able to reply to him, okay, I'm able to reply to him. That's because Dang Joss does not have me on block. However, Political Hillbilly, if you look below his, there's no reply button, and I cannot reply to the entire thread as he is the head of that thread. You see that? Okay, there's the plus, there's the thumbs up and thumbs downs, but no reply, because I cannot reply to this thread because he has me on block. Okay, so to that I would just say this. Antonio, wow, well, they're basically the same idiot anyway. Hillbilly, if you want to talk like a grown-up, then you have to allow somebody to answer you. That's just how that works. But if you want to be a little child and keep people on block because you can't take the fact that they have something else to say, then sorry, bud. You guys saw it all here. Okay, sorry, Emma. Sorry, Clark. Sorry, Meebs. Sorry, Storm. And oh, by the way, Emma and Storm, thank you for relaying the message. It obviously fell on deaf ears, but I really, really do appreciate that. It might be additionally noted that if you think Sly is an agent of a vast multinational conspiracy that controls everything on this world, blocking him on YouTube really it wouldn't really be quite enough to stop him. Thanks, Emma. I appreciate that. But so sorry about the stuff that's below there. Political Hillbilly, you want to comment on my stuff? Take me off block. If you don't, I'm going to do this to every single comment that you have. So now that we got that together, let's see what was going to go on there. Okay, let me go ahead and kill this. So the next part is okay, your physics. All right, this is Hillbilly's displacement video. Now, this brightened my day, because this was the funniest thing I have seen. This was the funniest experiment that I have seen from a flat earther in a long time, all the way back to the days of spaghetti. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, oh, and by the way, Once again, on the stalking comment, the video is called Sly the Lie Sparkane. So if you didn't want me to look at it, then possibly you shouldn't have put my name in the title. You think? Anyway, I didn't even notice this. I didn't even see it. Okay, I even said on my last video that I only made it about 2 minutes into this particular one because into this particular hangout. This is at the 2 hour and 23 minute mark. I only made it about 2 or 3 minutes into it because I can't stand to hear that fake ass accent of yours. You want to sound like a grown up person? Then talk right, okay? Or at least talk the way you normally would talk. Okay, so where's oh, and so somebody commented on one of mine, one of my videos, and which I also included in the very end of my last video. He that this experiment was actually on here, and when I saw it, oh my God, I was laughing my ass off. Okay, now let's see here. How long is this? Well, in the interest of discussion, I'm going to play out the whole thing. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to play out the whole thing. And I'm going to step out just for a second because there are more important things going on right now. Hold on a second here. So this is his video. Now, those of you who've already seen this in my previous video, fine. I apologize, but I just want to make sure that it's included in its entirety in this particular video.
Come on, webcam. There we go. You can see the scale. Okay, you got the scale. Turn it on. Put the lid on there. We'll tear it out. Now we're at 0.0. Now I'm going to put this on here and tear it out again. I have no idea what this weighs. Am I catching it? All right. Okay, now I'm going to tear this out again. We're back at 0.0. Now, if you see the cup here, my cup's just a little bit, got an upward angle on it. So I'm going to have to tip it just a little bit to get the water ever so close to the edge with none spilling out. Okay, now this is a junk drawer here. I'm just going to, don't want to weigh that, do I? Let's see, find something small and light to measure. Okay, how about a ink pen or a marker here? All right. Now here we go. Get ever so close. All right, ready to drop. Wow, shucks. I wish I had a better beacon. Wish I had a better beacon. Get something a little bit heavier. Come on, there gotta be something in here. Little crescent wrench, still big crescent wrench. Yeah, I'll throw some water. Okay, we're back at 0.0. Get the water close enough to the edge. Yeah. Nice start. 0.0. All right, water's right at the edge. $18.5 grams. Sounds awful light. Let's find out. 18.5 grams. Imagine that. There you go. It'd be better off if I didn't have that. But it's repeatable. It is repeatable. Scales don't lie. The scales do not lie.
Okay, so we all good on that? Because that's science. Now, I admit this was a hasty experiment, but, and he even says he did it on the fly and all this, but even then, his result, he lied. He didn't, regardless of what he even showed, he lied, okay? Straight up lied. It's just that simple, okay? Let's run down the things that were wrong by this. Okay, first of all, holding his pitcher, okay, he teared it out, okay, his cup, he teared it out, and which puts the scale at 0. That's cool. Now, he's holding the pitcher by hand. Okay, first he does, I'm going to skip past the marker bit. Okay. So, hold on a second here. Where is it? Okay. He's holding the he's holding that by hand, okay, which introduces its own wobbles and its own ups and downs and stuff, which is going to allow for various influences of water being ejected out to be incorrect. Now, he could have easily gotten a rag or something like that from the kitchen. I'm not asking for anything highly scientific, but he could have gotten something to prop up the raised edge of the pitcher to keep it stable, to keep his hands completely off of it. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing that he decided to use, come on, back up. He decided to use a small crescent wrench. Okay, small crescent wrench like this is stainless steel. Okay, heavy little object. Now, using a heavy little object like this, obviously it's not going to float. If you are going to use displacement to judge weight, the object has to float. Otherwise, anything you put below the water that has the same volume, according to this method that he's about to show you, will have the exact same weight, or could be said to have the exact same weight. Okay, so if this was out of, let's say, I don't know, stone, and cut out to the exact dimensions of this particular wrench, his determination would be that both of those weigh the exact same. It's just that simple. So he uses this. Now, first thing he does, okay, he tears it back out. Okay, hold on a second. Now, the first problem is watch his drop. Oops, that's right. He dribbled a little bit, you know. Incontinence comes with age, I guess. But this is also that was also another example of why you shouldn't be holding it with your hand. But now watch what he does. Now watch this splash and the wave. He's just going to drop the damn thing in there. Okay? There was a splash and a wave. That alone is going to corrupt the test as well. Not all the water could have gone out. Not all the water... oh, man, there's just so many things wrong there. Plus, if you watch, see his hand... See the... Watch here the tip. Watch it angle down and then back up again. Angle down and back up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Okay, you see that? Okay, that's not water being ejected from the pitcher. That's pouring water out of the pitcher. Okay, so we got all that, right? Now, he sits here and says, and doesn't show, by the way, but I'm going to take this part at his word. okay, because nothing at this point had been altered.
18.5 grams.
Okay, he says 18.5 grams. Cool. 18.5 grams. Now, 18.5 grams, I measured it out on a little scale that I have here on my work table here. Is the same weight as a AAA battery plus I think it was a dime and a nickel. Okay. That's like nothing. Okay. That's not even a full shot of whiskey. Now, then he turns around. He grabs the cup. Now, this is his attempt here. He grabs the cup off. Okay. Now, at this point, his scale just went negative weight. The 18.5 grams of water just got removed, plus the cup. Okay. The cup has its own weight. Might be only about 10 grams. Okay, but still, it's got its own weight. So his scale right here would now be reading, let's say, whatever the cup weight was in negative. So let's say, just offhand here, minus 10 grams. Okay, so he doesn't re-tear it. Okay, he doesn't re-zero out his scale. By the way, this is a good advertisement. If you're going to buy weed, buy it from him, because he's not good with the scale. Now he puts the wrench on here. Okay. Now it was at negative 10, like I said, an estimate, negative 10. So if it actually reads 18.5 now, which he says right here,
18.5 grams. Imagine that.
Okay. Now he says 18.5 grams there. Now, if it was at minus 10, that means that 18.5 grams means that that wrench supposedly weighs 28.5 grams, because he was starting at minus 10. He didn't re-tear his scale there. Now, don't wait for it, because you saw it in the video just a second ago. He's not going to show you what the scale says. He's not going to show it to you at all. In fact, it being backlit makes it a little bit more difficult to see from this particular angle with this resolution of camera. And that's not a hit on him not having a good camera. It's him not showing his work. Remember, he says he shows all his work. Now, so what that means is he wanted to make sure that he set out 18.5 grams from the water. It was the same as 18.5 grams here. But even if that was all true, it wasn't 18.5 grams. It was 28. You see how that works? And 28, he wants to say that this solid stainless steel crescent wrench, now mind you, it is small, only weighs about as much as 3 AAA batteries. Sound cool? So that's so in short, now we all know that this solid stainless steel crescent wrench, if it weighed the exact same amount as this much water over here, then it wouldn't have hit the bottom. It would be bobbing around, just barely touching the surface like an ice cube, because that means that it would be neutrally buoyant to the water. I don't know how to make it any clearer than that. But anyway, I'm sure there's probably a couple more things that I could come up with on how badly this test was done. Or no, excuse me, how badly he faked the results. Okay. Now notice, he doesn't show you, because of the resolution of the camera and the backlighting, he doesn't show you what that actually says. There was one point that I had seen where I could actually partially see a number, because something had been had something to do with it had something to do with something else was blocking a little bit of the light, and it made it a little bit partially numbered, but you couldn't even tell what number it was. You could just see that there was a number there. So yeah, he lied to you. That's all it is. He lied to you. There's nothing else to be said there. Now, tomorrow, if I get the chance, because I don't have the time this evening, but tomorrow, if I get the chance, I'm going to do a video about displacement, using some very simple objects. I have a kind of one of those taller sport drink, whatever, jugs, and a little bottle and some decorative rocks. I might use something different on it, but I haven't decided yet. And I will show all my work. Thank you. So with that, now let me close out with one other thing. He decided that he was going to make a video about my rant about Jeranisim. Let me bring that all into context. Okay. If you wish to support an organization which covers up actual acts of pedophilia, that's on you. You want to support the church doing that? That's on you. Okay. Just keep yourself away from my kids. However, just because you're cool with that doesn't mean that I have to be. I love my kids. And so somebody bundling me in and putting me in league with pedophilia just because you want to use it as an exciting word to put into a video to get attention, you can kiss my ass. Okay? So if you didn't like the tone of that video, deal with it. Okay? Because I guarantee you, I don't know if you have children, Hillbilly. I don't know, and I don't care. Okay? It's not relevant to any of my discussions, not relative to my life. However, I would hope that if somebody were to try and say that you were in league with pedophilia, that you would be absolutely irate about it and probably want to knee the next motherfucker in the teeth about that. Are we at an equilibrium there? Don't comment on my decision to vocalize my defense of my children. Don't ever call that into question ever again. So, the be all end all here is that Hillbilly and Antonio still haven't brought out their model, though they have displayed quite clearly that they have well sufficient time to learn how to put 3 spheres into a piece of software and make them move. It's not difficult. As a matter of fact, if I had a copy of Poser, I could probably learn it within about an hour, maybe 2. Second thing, if you want to comment on my shit, you take me off block, period. That's just the way that works. All future comments from Hillbilly and currently right now also Antonio and anybody else who shows up on my thing as having blocked me, you can kiss my ass. There was another one that came on today and I don't even recognize the name and had me on block. I just deleted it because I don't find that to be conducive to a discussion. I see that as somebody just want to be a pain in the ass. And so I have no interest in having that in my discussions. There was also, yeah, this lie here. If you can't even perform an honest experiment, then don't perform experiments. Really. If you can't perform an honest experiment, then don't perform experiments. Science isn't about trying to prove this or that. Science is about taking the data, testing it, and seeing what the outcome is. And as I have said many times, orienting myself to what those results are, not trying to orient the results to me. Okay? So that all said, well, let me, I guess I'll take a minute here and look over at the chat and see what's going on here. And no, like I said, let me also say that I am not going to have a debate or a discussion or even joining in a hangout with Hillbilly, because Hillbilly, judging by his reaction when he saw my text answers in the chat, judging by his reaction, which was basically that of an immature child that grew up into a loser old man, sorry, buddy. That's not conducive for an adult discussion about, well, anything. Cool. So let me go ahead and I guess I'll take a second and look at the chat here and see what's going on. I have this on a different machine here, just so I didn't accidentally close something. Let's see. Legos, Tupperware, and a Fresnel lens. Hell yeah. That's engineering mixed with Rob Skiba, I guess. Let's see. make a Lego ship with Admiral Byrd at the helm. That's funny. Oh, and by the way, on the Lego subject, yes, I absolutely love Legos. There's nothing easier to use to hash out any kind of an engineering idea, from mechanical engineering or even robotics, which I love very much. I don't know of an engineer, honestly, a mechanical engineer who actually tries to figure stuff out who doesn't own Legos. I don't know one, and I've met quite a few. Let me scroll up here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Kudos to you, Cheech. Always impressed with a dude that can apologize. Well, I don't know what the hell that means. Looks like there was some other discussion going on here. Don't blame Glovers for what science means, for not knowing what science means. Yeah. Let's see. So, cut the top of a 2-liter bottle, insert a straw inside would be the cheapest way to conduct that experiment. I don't know exactly which experiment we're referring to there, unless you're talking about, oh, yeah. Hillbilly keeps on egging me on to debunk his debunking gravity for less than $1. His little, he had a straw with a drink in it. I think he said it was coffee. I don't remember. He doesn't realize that that does nothing for or against gravity. It doesn't do anything for or against. The only thing that actually worked for anything was the drip that dripped off of it, which works for gravity. So there, I responded to your gravity thing. Let's see. Atheist Rex, Hillbilly only likes dead kids. They're his bread and butter. Yeah, I saw his interest in debunking Sandy Hook. Y'all some sick fucks who do that stuff, man. Really. You know, I got family in Florida. Okay, some of whom were in the area of the Fort Lauderdale shooting. Some I have people who live up in Orlando who were around when the chaos took place for the Orlando shooting. Yeah, y'all got to be some twisted fucks to think that's all conspiracy. You can argue motives all you want. Okay, doesn't mean it didn't happen. Scrolling upwards here. Hey, what's up, Rick? Let's see. Wow, y'all did a lot of talking. Wow, I got a dislike on this video. Weight is density, not mass times gravity. Okay, weight is density. Okay, well, answering that, density is not a force. There is a thing called force density. That's the reason why your ears almost blow in when you go down to the deep end of the pool. But density is not a force. It provides no direction. It provides nothing. It is nothing more than a physical characteristic of a mass. Sorry, Bert. Hillbilly claimed the displaced volume of water is equal in weight to the object. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just pointing out there, Mike. Anything, he's basically saying that anything of the same volume, which sinks, has the exact same weight. That's what this test showed. And and to the thing about him calling this uh, a hasty test and all this, then why are you claiming that the results were so exact? I mean, literally, why are you claiming that the results were so exact? Scales don't lie. Scales don't lie. Oh, supposedly a 6-inch crescent wrench on Amazon weighs 4.2 ounces. I don't know the conversion, unfortunately, but I'm going to bet that it's higher. Well, not higher than what you posted there, bud, but higher than 18.5 grams. Um, let's see. Tear in the fabric of time. Hey Rick, I like your 10-gram joke there. Um, okay, well, there seems to be a lot of different discussions going on here. I appreciate all the support here. Uh, Funny, I don't see Hillbilly on here. I don't know if he was here or not. Don't much care really, mind you. It would be cool to hear from him. You know, I'd like to see his defense of his test. Scrolling upwards even further. Oh, you guys are killing me here. Let's see. Has to be at least 100 grams. Yeah, I would guess 100 grams would be a fair estimate, but I think it would even be more. We deal with grams over here in Europe, and I know when I buy a 250 gram package of meat, for example, ground meat, uh, I would say that that wrench is probably comparable in weight. Um, let's see. Yeah, Neil, he did say beacon. I think he's trying to say beaker, but you know, it's what happens when you use a fake accent. You sound like an idiot. No, let's see. um, okay, well, trying to see if anybody brought in any kind of counter arguments because I agree with every single thing that you guys are saying in support of this, meaning in support of saying that it's a lie and the contradictions that are thrown in there, the fact that the test is not only not accurate, but his claiming that it is accurate while still saying that it's a hasty test on the fly. Yeah, good luck with that. Go full blown Sparky on him. I like that. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Cause I can go full blown Sparky on your way. But let's. That was good. Um, Yeah, well, I don't see Hillbilly on here. Not like again, I wasn't expecting him here. I don't know what his time schedule is right now. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon there. I don't know what he's doing. Nor was he invited, so I don't really care. Um, but I would love to see his unblocked comment uh, in my comment thread. And let's see if don't pardon the pun. See if he has the balls to defend his test. All right. Oh, and by the way, yeah, somebody said something to me about Globebusters. I haven't watched the Hangout, but I saw the title. Looks like Globebusters is no longer to be taken seriously because they are now going full-blown hologram. So apparently they're let me see, hold on a second here. Globebusters. Um, yes, Globebusters now geoengineering a holographic plane. So I guess they're done. That's all I can say. They're done. But yeah, so all in all, I didn't lie about the eclipse. I didn't lie on my test. Hillbilly lied on this test right here, where he said that this cup of water weighed as much as this wrench. That's all there really is to say about it. Okay. So, guys, I don't want to cut it short, but I also don't want to make it 2 days long. Chemtrails again. Yeah, Globebusters did go full retard. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if anybody gave him his due attention, but I'd like to throw a shout out. I just saw him come up here. Dang Joss. Um, he's got a great experiment of superior mirage that he performed in his living room or some room of his house using liquid nitrogen, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty jaw-dropping for those of us who actually enjoyed the science of the deal. So just want to say go over and take a look at his stuff. That was some really cool stuff. Let's see, some freaks. Rocking in a vacuum. Yeah, yeah. All right, kids. I gotta get out of here. I got stuff I gotta do before the end of the night because it just passed 11 o'clock here, and I'm not trying to be yelling and screaming in my house while people are trying to go to sleep. So, you guys have yourselves a great night. Where the hell did that hangout go? Oh, there it is. Hey, look at that. That's some cool stuff right there. I'm sorry. That's just kind of neat. That tripping anybody out? I don't know how fast it's coming over, but that is kind of cool. So, you guys have a nice night.